Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Medabots Rokusho. In the last part we finished off our business in Mount Adoro, and we also got some broken Medaparts after defeating a Robo boss. Let's go deliver those to Dr.Aki like we thought to last time. Oh, Iki! Doctor, I get the feeling that my Medabot is different from others. It's as if there's this really mysterious power inside. Oh, wonderful! So you've already used the Medaforce then. Medaforce? A metal's new power. There are all different kinds of Medaforce techniques depending on the metal kind you have. Look, your Medabot already has that function. Is mine special? Well, I can't really say that. You may not know this because you had been in the mountains, but the same Medabots that you have is on sale everywhere now. From now on, everyone's going to start using the Medaforce. Holy Medaroli! But Dr.Aki, how did you know I had been gone on a picnic in the mountains? In any case, did you want to see me about something? I was hoping you could take a look at these broken Medaparts for me. Show them to me. I see. They are fixable. I'll fix it for you because you did such a good job. Yay! It might take time though because I'm as busy as ever. Come back another day to get them. Alright then. And he's not just saying that. From now on, the game's actually going to get a bit harder because opponents are going to be able to use Medaforce against us. Huh? It's all cleaned up. Is this the Medabot ghost? Well, I'd love to talk more, but I'm very busy, so off you go. Okay. Well, that's kind of suspicious, but we'll never bring this up again. Now, before we actually go on back to our house, another important thing we could do here is actually talk to Miss Ney again. It looks like you're cultivating your metals quite nicely, Iki. I heard about all the great things you had done. What? How do you know that stuff, Miss Ney? A little birdie told me. So to reward you for your hard work and dedication, go to the room next door and select one medal. Yay! Are you sure? Thank you very much. So now we can pick another one of these 6 medals. I believe I go with the Kappa medal on the middle of the top row. Do you really want to do this now, though? Because you only have a fixed amount of opportunities to get these medals. How many? Exactly 6. So if you miss an opportunity to grab one of these, you are not grabbing all of them. In fact, that's something that I screwed up on when I was a kid. I only managed to grab 5 of them on my first playthrough because I missed one in particular, one opportunity rather to grab one of them. And when I got to post game and found that I technically couldn't do completion, I was pretty sad. Mind you, technically can't do completion without playing both versions anyway, but yeah. The Kappa medal is the one I'm choosing because it targets C Medabots, and honestly, C Medabots are one of the ones you're going to be seeing the most throughout the game. I'm partially blanking on the stats it has. I think it starts with higher stats in Berserk and medium in like heal and shoot, I think. But I honestly forget because past a certain opportunity coming up, I don't use the Kappa medal much. Iki, over here! Erika! Erika, what are you up to? Ta-da! The newest Medawatch. Pretty awesome, isn't it? Are you making a big deal over this? What do you mean this? Why do you have the new version of Medawatch before me? I reserved it months in advance before anyone else. In the whole town, faster than everyone. All right, Erika, just calm down. I just can't believe it. Speaking of which, why is mine the new version of Medawatch anyway? Where the heck did Dad get this from? I forget if we ever learn where. We seem to have a problem. Forgive me for my failure. My favorite Medabots were the ones that Tour-ney had gotten for us. I'm gonna guess and say this is the robattle leader then. I brought the newest version of the Medawatch. Let me see. What changed about it? This is not the time to be sitting around talking Medawatches. Squid guts. How are we going to make this blunder right? We should leave that to the younger ones. Well, and Quisa wanks. I have a good idea. Okay, Shrimp Lips, out with it. Well, recruit children. What did you say? You mean turn kids into Roborobos? Well, you lost to a kid, so... Kids are much more useful than weirdo grown-ups. You may be right about that. So what is your plan? Well, use the amusement park. Ask Grandpa to help us gather other children. Interesting. Give it a try. Are you seriously gonna leave this in that kid's hands? If things go well this time, we'll be sitting pretty for sure. You're not really that pretty, though. Silence, mortal! Damn! Rubbo! That was a pretty powerful punch. Oh well, back home I go. I think that's the only interlude we get like that in terms of seeing what the villains are doing. Also, what that jump cut was me selling off my excess items. And parts, rather. A letter for Iki Tenryo! Medabot Island's having its 6th year anniversary. A totally free pass? All the attractions are free of charge. Medabot Island's the island with the big amusement park on it. Alright! I better go ask Mom and Dad. Let's see what we got here. Dad, take me to Medabot Island. I'm really very busy. Damn! Mom, let's go to Medabot Island. Your mom and dad are very busy right now. Shit! Well, that's not looking good for us. Wonder if Erika's going. I should ask. I should go ask Erika and her mom. Yes, we know, we're here. This is my first time to go to Medabot Island. How about you, Iki? Ooh. If my husband can fit it in his schedule, the 3 of us are going to go. Are you going with your family too, Iki? Awkward. Let's try asking Mom and Dad once more. Ah. The 4 stages of grief. I better go ask Mom and Dad. Again. Erika's going with her family. That may be the case, but I have to go on a business trip. You never want to spend time with me. You're mean, Dad. Erika's going with her family. Do we look like Erika's parents? Learn some patience. You're doing this on purpose. You're mean, Mom. Every kid goes through this phase. I wonder if everyone else is going to Medabot Island. I'll go take a walk to the dock where the ship leaves from. And I should mention, by the way, first off, the docks are to the west. If you might remember, I said that in terms of how I sold my Medabots earlier, Medaparts earlier, remember I said I am going for having only 2 of each Medaparts, just because I want to have that. And what I'm talking about right here is what I'm about to do is my first and real only big grind in the game. I grinded every medal that I have up to level 30. The main reason I'm doing this is because the way that medals work in terms of how they join you is that their level is based off, I want to say like an average of yours, or like the 3 that you have in your party at the time. I don't know exactly how it works, but the higher level all of my medals are at this point, the better it is. These all also learn their own new Medaforces as well, because they all reach level 30. That's when everything gains their second Medaforce. So let's take a look at what we got. The Squid's Medaforces give it the ability to put the bind status on all opponents and cancel on yourself. Snake gets the ability to put movement and cancel movement on the enemies or on the party. Queen here gets the ability to inflict stop or cancel stop on the opponents/enemies. Phoenix gained the ability to basically do the exact same stuff with Flow. Kappa gets the abilities to... Well, first off, its first one's actually an anti-sea strike, basically. It's the same as usual, whereas its second one ups mobility. Chameleon, we already saw what the first one is. It basically reduces all opponents' conceal and raises yours. But the second one raises a remoteness, which basically means that you're going to have an easier time dodging attacks. And Kumagata got, honestly, a pretty decent second Medaforce, Side Bolt. It targets all enemies and deals equal damage to 1 Medapart per enemy. I did that, and while doing so, I also got a lot of Medaparts. I basically got the full set of everything we fought up to this point in the random battles in the various areas. The main reason I did this is just because I figured, why not? If I'm going to be grinding for a while, might as well. I'm over 20 hours of gameplay at this point, so... that's over, like, double the amount of time I've been playing the LP so far, even. So, yeah, it took a while. But here are the docks. This here be the ferry be the fearsome shark. It could also be called the Yucatan. It'd be a good name, our generic pirate. How much is it for a ticket to Medabot Island? I'm very sorry, but we're completely sold out of tickets. What? Nobody told me that. Well, crap. I've got to sort out the warehouse. That'll come into play eventually. Then on ticket, you can't pass. Well, shite. Oh, well, that's convenient timing. Hey, Iki, what's wrong? Mom and Dad said they're busy, so they can't take me to Medabot Island. That's too... Wait, I got it! Why don't you come with us? Really? Can I? But you have to be our bodyguard for the day. Bodyguard? My dad wasn't able to go because of work either. Now we have this extra ticket, and we have no guy in our group. I'd feel better if you came with us. If that's the case, with pleasure. Okay, here's your ticket. Booyah! Free ticket. Now let's hurry and board the ship. That's a really fearsome looking ship. And a very small screen ratio again. The Shark, kind of a lame nickname for a ship. Yeah, I agree. As soon as we get there, I'm gonna ride the roller coaster. That's something I can't do. I'm not a roller coaster person. Erika! Oh, Wiki, you're here. What's with the long face? Everyone's going with their families except me. Nobody loves me. We all had that phase in our life, right, people? Don't say stuff like that. Your mom and dad are probably just really busy. I guess so. Cheer up. We're gonna have fun, right? You won't have to be the bodyguard all day, so forget your troubles. You should enjoy yourself. You're right. Of course I'm right. Now cheer up. Okay. We're almost at Medabot Island. Let's go, go, go. I really do like Erika as a character, but I prefer Karen as a character overall. Step lively now, children. Mom is running off the boat faster than us. Hi. Who are you? So many happy kids and adults. As long as people are happy, Medabot Island will always thrive. Who's that guy? He must be an old guy that's really excited to come to Medabot Island. Alright, so now we can come to Medabot Island. I want to bring me daughter here, too. Ahar. Does anyone actually speak like this? I don't think I've ever seen anyone outside of a movie speak like that. Everything except the game center is free of charge. Please enjoy yourself to the fullest. Right now, A block of the robattle tournament is going on at the surprise site to the far left. If anyone wants to participate in the tournament, go register for B block as soon as possible. After the A and B block tournaments are over, there'll be a parade in the square. Wow, I'd like to see that parade. So, welcome to Medabot Island. Iki, you're gonna be part of the robattle tournament, right? Just don't forget you have to perform your duties later on, your bodyguard duties later. I really want to go see that parade in the square. Of course, you'll come with me, right? Alright, plain and simple, this is actually part of the cat and medal quests. If you're going for the cat medal, say yes. If you're going for the medal like me, say no. I won't let you say no. Promise you'll be with me. We're all set. Once the preliminary heats are over, I'll meet you in front of that sign. Alright, you're actually going to see a jump cut here, but that's because I actually did a lot more grinding here. I did 10 levels on my main 3 medals, as well as get a lot of the Medaparts in this area, because there is a lot of robattles here. And the interesting thing is that there's, I think, 5 different environments here. Here in the center screen, there is a desert, which is air-type Medapart advantage. Inside the areas, you want to use wheel types. On the right screen, it's a plane, so you use 2-legged parts. The top screen is rock, so you use multi-leggeds. And the streets to the west is a street. And there are a lot of road battles you can fight here. But the most important one for me on the west screen is that you can fight tank cars. That thing that the victory armor had on my chameleons from. At this point, you want to get at least 2 more of them, get up to 3. Because having all 3 of your Medabots at any point in time immune to status ailments is really good. I'm not going to abuse all of them at first, but later on, at some point, they're basically going to be the only head Medaparts I use. So let's go around and talk to people. I should warn you that the center screen is easily the most dangerous just because, first off, you can run to the Select 3 here as a battle. And the interesting thing about fighting the Select 3 is that, for some reason, the Select cores in a way count as Rubber Robos, and that when you fight them, you get a Rubber Robo medal. You can also fight some Rubber Robos here, and in fact, I think I kind of show one later on that has a flat stick Kanimo and Gorum. You can find this one enemy called a Snowbro here that's a tank type, which is actually pretty rare at this point. But we'll see what my least favorite battle in this area in a few moments. Also, the second store here is actually very interesting. There's 2 of them in the game off the top of my head. And they actually allow you to rename your medals. I never use it because I'm usually fine with just the generic names, but it's there if you need to use it, I suppose. You need to use money to do it, but it's there. Also, there's a lot of dialogue around here, but honestly, none of these guys are real characters. It's also here, you're going to be doing a good amount of cat or question mark medal quest stuff, so make sure whenever I bring that up, follow me to the word. How about no? I'm going to use a Rubber Robo medal, because I don't feel like fighting that right now. Mommy, I want to ride the roller coaster. I did mean that, by the way, earlier when I said I'm not a roller coaster guy. I am one of those people that gets very easily motion sick, like driving to my school, which is not even 20 minutes away. I kind of get a bit on. So, kind of dangerous for me. Oh, and hey, a robattle. And it's my least favorite one in the area. A Spydar, what's the middle one again? That is Phoenix, that's what it's called, and a Megafant. We've seen Spydar before, but Phoenix is an air-type Medabot that uses a lot of Berserk-type attacks, which inflict flow. So you're going to need to be careful there. Anti-air parts are good if you have them, which is actually what I have on my Chameleon. And hopefully you won't suffer from flow status. The Tankar, though, on the bottom is the most annoying, Megafant, rather, is the most annoying part of this battle. Why? It has defend techniques, and it has a lot of HP for its parts. So this fight can go on for a while. In fact, this is the first fight we fast forward for the part. Also, you might notice, all my Medabots have different leg types. That was my way of kind of working around the whole every screen in this area having its own environment. Yeah, look at that, 160 HP on the arms, which can use defend attacks. That's ridiculous. Though good if you want to use one for yourself. But yeah, that's basically my way to get around the multi-environment thing with this area, is just so everyone has different legs. But yeah, I don't like this fight because my main way of dealing damage and doing a lot of damage to things like defend attackers is to use Berserk attacks, which is a grapple technique, which Spydar will screw me over with. This battle is well thought out from the developer side because it actually poses a good challenge. There's actually quite a few of those in the game, honestly. A lot of the AI fights are pretty well designed to kind of make you think. But honestly, a lot of the time they also can just be plain annoying. But this fight actually ended up taking a while. I think we were here until like the time runs out even, which is first for the LP if I recall. So of course, I fast forward. Fast forward theme for this part is Clash of the Brig Binge from Final Fantasy V. I absolutely love this track, but mind you, I love that entire soundtrack. This fight really, though, is annoying. Once Defend goes up from the Megafant, I recommend charging up Rokusho's Medaforce and either using Spiral Bolt, or Spiral Cut rather, if you want to target one particular Medabot, or if you just feel like doing damage to all of them, use Side Bolt. Megafant really is the most annoying part of this fight, though, because that much HP on defend parts is kind of ridiculous. Some of them are like that. It's usually with the tank-type Medabots like that one just was. They usually have very high HP on at least one of their parts, so they can quite literally perform the function of a tank. But it gets kind of annoying. There's another one in this area that's like a Snowbro, Snowman rather. I think Snowbro is actually the name of the Medabot, though. That is female exclusive parts. That's basically the exact same thing. And that's a time over. As I brought up earlier, time over basically works if you have more Medabots, you win, or if you have more meta parts that are active, at least. I don't like that fight, and honestly, I save after every single time I do it. Also, if you're wondering how long the grinding for the extra 10 levels and getting every meta part here took, it took about 6 in-game hours. That was probably about 3 in real-life hours, because fast-forward feature. Oh, great, lines. Well, at least it's an accurate theme park. I gotta admit, though, we're actually coming up on my least favorite section of the game overall, because Medabot Island can drag. The first, like, half of it is pretty cool, but then we get into that castle we just saw, and I'm not a fan of that section. Honestly, though, this entire Medabot Island section also reminds me of the other game I was considering doing for this, because you might remember at the end of Chrono Trigger, rather, I said the next RPG I was doing was basically going to be something on the Game Boy Advance no matter what, and it was between this and a game known as Robopon 2 Ring Edition. And there's a section in terms of idea that's actually fairly similar to this in that game. In fact, the overall concept is fairly similar. You're fighting robots. Huh. Wow, that's actually really weird. I never thought about that. Robopon 2 is also really good, but really hard. But at least that's an Atlas game, so you know it's going to be hard going in. Except from when I was, like... actually, how old was I when I first got that from the base? I was probably 8, 9? Either way, I was not expecting the game to kick my ass like that. I still made it through fairly well until I got to that section with the alien, though. If you played the game, you probably know the one I'm talking about. Really, though, at this point, your main purpose is to just kind of explore and talk to everyone. The only thing you don't want to do if you don't want to progress with plot is head to the northwestern section. That's where plot progresses. This is the screen right here, by the way, where you get the tank R parts. So if you want to get victory armors, this lower left screen is the best place to get them just because you don't progress in plot for being in there. And this is our next goal. Let's talk to people around here. I heard that some foreigners are going to fight too. I wonder if they're cool. Would make sense for foreigners to fight in a tournament. I bought all my souvenirs for the folks back home. Time for a break. We all know that feeling. And here's a rarity. Huh? These Medabots are useless. Hey, you want to trade my head shutter with a spreader if you have one? In this room are the only trades of Medabots the game has off the top of my head, similar to the Pokemon training. In that specific case, you could turn, I believe it's the Gorm head for a Churly Bear head. Yeah, it is. That's not really worth it because you can get easily both at this point. These other two people will also trade with you eventually as well. But almost none of their parts are worth it, so... Let's talk to the lady up in front. Right now, A block's heat is completed. B block's heats will be starting very shortly. Would you like to enter? Yeah. I'll just write down the serial numbers from the back of your Medawatch. Please proceed to the tournament hall through the left door. Every good RPG needs a tournament, right? The robattle in A block was intense. You know, the boy who ran the robattle was around your age. I don't like the sound of that. The heat in B block is almost starting. I'm pretty nervous but excited. Oh, and I saw a very familiar looking guy on the top there to anyone's watched the anime. Oh, Erika! I'm your opponent for the first round. No matter who wins, all's fair in love and robattles, right? That's creepy. At this point, I should show off the fact that this guy's actually giving you a last chance to turn back idea. But my current customizations are looking like for my Medabots. They all have wheel-type parts, and anyone that can equip an victory armor should, because it's just needed. The reason I gave them wheel part legs is because the tournament is technically inside, so therefore it has the inside robattle arena, which wheels have the advantage on. I am indeed prepared, random sir that tells me to do that. Oh, it's Mr. Referee! Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready to robattle? Oh yeah! Thank you for your applause. At last, the B block competition is about to begin. Let's hope the Medafighters of B block give us as big a show as the winner of A block, Koji Karokuchi. I'm excited just thinking about it. Medafighters, are you ready? Let the first robattle begin. If I win, you'll stay with me all day, okay? All right, time for us to fight Erika for the third time. And the only difference from last time is that she added a second Pretty Prime, which is actually pretty annoying because that means that's two potential blockers or two potential counterattackers. Otherwise, this fight is basically the exact same. It should even be easier, honestly, because you couldn't have wheel parts at this point, whereas they can't. Basic strategy. Victory armor to prevent their freeze status element for the Pretty Primes. Berserk to do as much damage as possible as quickly as you can. That's about it. This fight did end up taking a while, though. And you might notice, actually, my Medaparts do change every now and then, even after I show them off. That's because I often, for reasons of recorder screw-ups or me realizing that I made my setup wrong, I had to re-equip parts. Like in this case, I believe, before, when I showed off my parts earlier, my chameleon there in the middle had an Electrobat arm for anti-air purposes, but now he has an Attack Toronto arm for Berserk purposes. That's because I forgot to do that part of my setup. This fight, though, not hard. It's actually more annoying than anything still. But it's not the worst, we'll see. This tournament was actually going to have some pretty annoying robattles in it. And potentially this one could be the most annoying, just due to the fact that it has defend, but we'll be seeing some things as we go through, to say the least. That's about it, really. Yeah. I don't have anything to talk about right now. That's actually kind of rare. It took me longer than I thought it would take, because I usually thought I'd be out of things to talk about with this game by like part 7, and then I'd just be talking about what's going on with the game, but yeah. This fight's not that big of a deal. Could be potentially annoying, but if you're prepared, it's not that bad. Think ahead with your moves and don't go into their counterattacks. And I got the Pretty Prime legs, which are actually, if I recall, a pretty decent two-legged female parts. Or female two-legged parts. The winner of the first round is Iki! I may have lost, but you'll still save me during the parade, okay? Well, we won, so let's leave. And the moment we actually enter the locker room, our next opponent appears. Oh boy. Hi, Karen. Iki. Could it be that you're my next opponent? That's right. Please look forward to it. Well then, I guess you know what we're doing next part. But with that, I'm going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 9, we'll be continuing on in the robattle tournament and starting off with a fight against Karen. See you guys then.